There we go. We're up, bitches. Episode 2 liftoff.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Let's go.
What's that song? If I were a rich man. A idle, 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 deedle, idle, dum.
Idle. The skull chat.
Is that how you say it?
I don't remember, bro.
Hmm.
To our venture.
Tastes like chicken or your money back, they say.
What are you drinking?
You ever go to
straight up bone broth?
I'm drinking some moonshine from my backyard. I'm drinking some Grand Marnier, as they call it. It should be in a snifter. So those of you who are aesthetic in that way, I deeply apologize.
We still don't have our spittoons. We need from last episode. We need spittoons.
Oh, right. Oh,
Pablo, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
And hey, Pop, how do you see videos? Is that the one?
Yeah, just click on the top one, bro. You'll take it right there. So it'll be all good. It'll be all good. No, but actually though, you reminded me, bro. You reminded me. So when we were doing Fiddler, Salivar, man, that Salivar. So you know,
no shit. Hold on, it's not working.
No, go back.
Are
home.
we going
go
live?
Back home. Go back to the home one.
Oh, go back. Oh, home.
Swipe down. We'll take this out in post editing. It's okay. It's okay.
Nothing's working today, my friend. I don't know what. Nothing's coming up. Nothing's happening.
You still not have it up?
No.
You don't? This is problem.
Nothing's happening. I don't know what's going on. Nothing's working.
I'll just have to reach out today and we'll sort it out for next time, all right?
All right.
We'll boot you out. We'll drop the dead half.
God, I love technology. Remember the old days when you could just show up somewhere face to face and get on the corner. Remember the corner?
Right.
Remember payphones.
Payphones?
I remember payphones.
Still exist in London. Got the big old red boxes.
Remember pagers?
I don't. I'm too young for pagers.
As a young man, I made all my phone calls back home to Philadelphia via payphones on the street with quarters and dimes and lions and tigers and bears.
I used to send carrier pigeons from school to home, saying, "Oh, Mum, you got to come pick me up at this time," in her carriage.
Had a carriage, like a horse and buggy, like the
Yeah. We had a butler driving.
Like the Amish.
We had a butler. He used to sit there like this, with the reins in his hands, and he would go like this.
I won't mimic that. Whatever you do, I won't mimic it. It looked great to me. I'm going to keep on trying to refresh because I don't want technology to. I don't want technology to beat me out.
Right.
It's beating me though.
Right. Pablo, I did not turn off the point system. That's a good point. I completely forgot to do that. I'm gonna have to do that on my side monitor here. There you go.
Is that the one?
That's the one.
Geez.
That's the one. It just takes a minute sometimes. It just takes a minute, It takes a minute sometimes to pop up like that.
And so oh shoot. Okay. So there's a chat going on underneath it.
There do be a chat going on underneath it with all of our adoring fans. Pablo being one of them. Pablo being the GOAT. Skull to you, Pablo, my guy. Spot of tea.
I'm seeing. Oh shoot! Wait a second. Am I? Okay.
Today's not our day with the technical issues, huh?
I might be in the. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong one, dude. I'm in this other thing. No, that's not it.
Today's not our day, man.
That's not.
That is not it. That is not it.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Okay, well.
Try and restart the app.
I don't know what's going on.
Try and restart the app. We should. This is what we should be doing, a live performance in fucking Covent Garden, not this shit. Could you imagine we had like a fully electronical podcast, but it was just real life. Like we sit there with mics that go nowhere and headphones that don't play anything. Just in, you know, Times Square, Trafalgar Square, Covent Garden, wherever. We have a little table in front of us and we're just there with mics doing nothing.
I look, you and your look, I love British accent and you really have a great British accent. I get it. And can you say Trafalgar one more time? Just one more time.
Trafalgar.
I'm sorry you got cut off because of technology.
Trafalgar Square.
Beautiful.
Did you guys
beautiful.
go to Trafalgar Square? When you
I'm sure we passed it, but man, maybe I shouldn't say this. I was not a big fan of good old London.
Dude, do you remember like you remember how that was our trip? Do you remember? Like I raised the idea to you, we fucking planned all that shit out, and then in swoops the one who will not be named and ruined it.
Good.
What was that about, bro? We worked so hard on that pitch too. Do you remember? We planned the shit out of that trip.
Well,
Crazy.
maybe this is not the what do you call it, the forum in which to discuss that. Instead, why don't we discuss some other things? Even though we have technical difficulties, we're gonna persevere.
How did you
and
lose
we're gonna
your virginity?
in the back of a horse, in the back of a horse and in the back of a horse and buggy in Lancaster County, PA.
Let's go. PK, what's up, sexy? Alrighty. Should we dive right into this then?
Dive, and I'm trying to figure this out. It won't even dive, please.
Try. Okay, so first, we've got a little list here, guys. We're turning into.
I found it.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
L'chaim to life. Lazar.
Yes. How do I?
This is Baze. This is the Bazeinator. Baze Pablo. This broadcast is so clear and clean. I love the visuals. Well done. Damn.
I didn't ask how much.
How much? How much? How many goats? I give you 1 cow. We're deepening our sleevage here right now, bro. That's what we're doing.
Someone said Pablo asks, is his name Baines?
It's the Blaze.
Bands.
Blaze.
He put BANZ, I think, and it's okay. You could call me Bands.
Pablo missed the first episode. That's why.
Oh, Pablo. No, wait, did he?
He came by to say hi, but he didn't stick around.
Got it.
Pablo asks, "Are you going to watch the Super Bowl, Blaze?"
Guess what? I don't know if I should say it's my team, but I live in San Francisco, in the city, especially my neighborhood. If they win, it's going to be all night M80s, explosions, dang. Illegal.
Are you leaving again then? I know your dogs don't like that, do they?
Oh, they don't. But no, we're not leaving. No. Hopefully I better not say it. I better not say it, folks. I'm rooting for the. So I don't have to deal with the.
One. Let's go. But yeah, guys, we're up in the budget here. We have a list. Look at that. We have a list of talking points now. We're getting all professional like. So why don't we kickstart this bitch, right? Today we're gonna finalize the name, right? You wanna tell these fine folks about the incredible idea that you stumbled upon?
Well, we were waxing poetic, Mr. Gabrio and I,
yes,
Mr. Capaldi and I, this past week, and we think it's important to find a appropriate name for our enterprise. And we were, shooting around some ideas, and I thought,
jabbering.
We were jabberwalking. That'd be a pretty the Jabberwocky duo. No. So we came up with the thing called it's an old kind of traditional sense of we came up this word, and it's a real word. You could find it online, and it's warrior poets or poet warriors.
Warrior
And it's
poets.
kind of a yeah, we were thinking about maybe because of our sensibility, our sensitivity, how we interact, and what we're trying to do. We thought warrior poets. And do you have something? Maybe we can bring it up and we could
Yeah,
do a
I'm gonna here.
definition.
I'll read the definition to the fine folks
Yeah, please,
tonight. Yes,
please.
yes,
And
yes.
so warrior poets slash or underneath, maybe after, a line in between
Right,
warrior
right.
poets on the top,
Something,
a
something,
line,
something sexy like that.
poet warriors. So warrior
Yeah,
poets, can you give the
yeah.
the friendly folks a definition of what that is?
We'll give you guys a fine folks a definition. So Beats just showed up. Beat, what's up, buddy? Um, yes, yes. So
Right.
warrior poets, right? Which I think you guys will like as well, being Guthyarkians. But you guys will like this. Warrior poets are those who train and fight for a higher purpose. They are members of a rare fraternity, or as you said correctly, in our case, we're a sorority. Um, who of warriors who fight with intellect, conviction, and great skill. Motivated by a love for others, warrior poets become students of the art of war, so that they may triumph when the enemy calls. There you go.
There you go. And so, hello everybody who's joining us. By the way, I see a lot of nice greetings and people saying some nice things. So, hello. Yeah, I mean, our art of war, I guess, would be the art of the pen, the stage, the poetry,
The quill. Would you say
music,
the quill?
the
I
quill,
like
the
feathers. I
quill.
like feathers.
This is good to that's good to know. That's good to know, Mr. Gabriel.
Yes.
Hey
Yes.
everybody, Gabriel likes feathers. Anyway, back to our point. You see, I'm very serious today. We got to get down to business.
Guy,
You know why? The Super
he's
Bowl.
getting the Super Bowl.
The Super
The
Bowl,
Super Bowl.
everybody. No, I'm kidding. I don't. I
Mm.
couldn't care
You didn't
less.
say, are
But
you gonna watch it
um,
or no? You couldn't care less.
I have to because I have to kill some time with my mom, and I'm gonna hopefully,
Right.
and then I'll be rooting. I'll be rooting for the other team.
Let's go. Let's go.
Not San Francisco, the other team,
Mm.
because I don't want to hear fireworks. I don't want to hear illegal like M80s outside
Mm.
my door, my window, going off all night. Okay, where were we? Poet Warriors.
Warrior poets, poet warriors. Yeah, they like it. The good reception here fits quite well. I like it. We gotta. I'm thinking of a warrior writing a poem. That's great. That's great. XT, what's up, buddy? It has good
Well,
initials too, so it flows off the tongue well. I like it. WPPW. Yeah, yeah, it does, doesn't it?
well, I hope it captures. I think if you name something, it has to be memorable. I
Right.
hope it's not too. I don't know. I hope it's not cheesy. I always
I don't think
thought
so.
that those two elements of a poet and what that symbolizes and a warrior
Right.
and what they represent from tradition back in the olden days, the golden
Right.
days.
Right.
Um,
I
it was
think it
something that it
captivates
was
us too. It captivates us as people as well. You know, me and this guy here, we've been through thick and thin, haven't we? We've been to hell and back
we,
on a journey of
we've been
fine training.
we we've been to hell and back, sir.
Yep.
Is that what you said? To
Yes,
hell and
yes.
back?
We've been on the front lines together. Momo and Toto Momo, right?
Even if they win, Blaze, there's still going to be illegal stuff. Pablo said that. And if it's illegal, I'm in. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, everybody. Well,
That's all
not
it
really.
needs to be.
Maybe 50% I'm kidding, but
Mm.
I don't know. I hope people like. I mean, what
They're
I'm
liking it.
losing the chat because they are
They like it. PK is asking, is it poet warriors then or warrior poets?
both,
Both. Yeah, right. I don't know. It can't. Why it can't
right?
be both?
Like, can it like yeah? It can be, like what are you the where on the website or whatever it could go like this,
Right.
you know,
I like that. I like that.
like that,
Yeah.
like the line
Can we
separating,
have okay? So if I can figure this out, then when we're making up this website, if I can figure this out, can I have you on the front page? you have your hands like this, right? There's warrior poets written above that one, and poet warriors above that one. It's just you doing this.
You know, I
You
used to
look
be
like
a
you're
hand model.
voguing.
I used to be a hand model back in the day.
Mm.
You know, I don't want to brag about it. These stubbly hands, they made a lot of money, folks. A lot of fucking money. So I know you can make fun of me, G. Go ahead. Make fun of me in a public forum about my stubby looking
I would
hands.
never. I
Right?
would never.
But these have made a lot of money back in the day. I don't want to talk to you about what.
Okay. We'll grade subject for another day. Subject for another podcast.
Can I be a devil's advocate? Mate, that'd be a cool name for the devil's advocate. The devil's advocate. Because
See
if
this
you were the
man when he's
devil's
in
advocate,
thought,
you know.
he's so sexy. He's so sexy when he's in thought. He's looking around. He's.
No, but
What
hold
you were
on. What do
saying?
you think? The you say to somebody, "Can I be the
Yeah.
devil's advocate?" Hold your role, right? You're basically
Right.
saying, "Is this the way, or can it be this way?" So if maybe that could be the thing that the devil's advocate. But then, you know, some people might look at it on the website, or like not on the website, even on Google address, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you type in something and Devil's Advocate pops up. People think the straight first thing, oh my God, these guys are satanic, or, you know, that's probably
Right.
will go right into their heads, right?
Right. Right. Probably.
So you're probably shooting down my idea.
No, I love it. You're the one who taught me any impact is a victory.
Damn.
Damn. Dude, this man has taught me so much. We're going to get into that later on, right? When we're going to talk about the approach later on. This man has taught me some really significant things to go through my life, man. The Warriors
That's very sweet of you.
Contrarian. Beat
Damn.
says Warriors Contrarian. That's pretty
10
cool.
people on the stream, folks.
Let's go, Pablo. Let's go.
PK says, my mouth is yours.
They're flirting. They like to
But,
flirt with one another.
the advocate's devil.
I like that.
The advocate's devil
Devils.
says
What's up, Bubbles?
says Bubbles,
Says
or as Marlon Brando would say,
Bubbles.
bu- bu-
Bubbles.
it takes him a while. It takes Marlon Brando a while to say Bubbles. Right, here we go. Bubbles.
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 He was an errand boy sent by a
An
grocery.
errand boy. A fucking grocery clerk. Damn, what a line.
What a line!
Dude,
What a
if you want
line!
how about if you were like, you got upset with somebody, right? And you're in like a verbal altercation, and all of a sudden you turn to them and say, "You're just an errand boy sent by a grocery clerk."
Do you
Ouch!
want a genuine reaction by like just a member of the public? So you get pissed off, right? Go ahead. I'll be the
Yeah.
person in the public. Go for it. Go.
Okay, wait a second. What do you mean? Like you're the person yelling at me, like you're pissed off at me?
Yeah, and you just you shoot that out. You shoot that out. Go for it. Go.
So hold on. Like, let's get in an argument first. Like, hey, can you please not wear yellow? It's really hurting my eyes.
Dude, yellow is my color. How dare you? How dare you? Wish you looked as good as me, motherfucker.
Hey, we don't need to talk like that.
I'll talk exactly how I want to talk. Thank you very much, sir.
You know what? You're just an errand boy sent by a grocery clerk.
What the fuck? That's what the person
they
would be
would
like.
just
They'd go. What the fuck? Back down.
I think
Hands
we're
up.
losing. Hey, G, are we losing our public now because of a bad Marlon Brando impersonation?
Bitch, we are the public.
Beautiful. I just want to say, let's keep on track. It's 2:25 now.
They're siding with you. They're saying, get burned. Get burned, sloth.
Errand boy. Anytime you want to put somebody down, you're just an errand boy sent by a grocery
You
clerk.
guys
They
heard it
won't
here
even know what to
first.
say to that. They'll be like,
Yep.
they'll go like this. They won't even know what to, and you could just go.
Straight away. Errand boy, they're loving it. You don't have bad
Errand
impersonations,
boy.
my good sir, says PK.
Oh, thank you, PK. That's so very.
I will
Kind
show
of
you guys
you.
him doing this line at some point. This is a bit in Momo and Toto that he does. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. You guys will see that at some point. Right, yeah, so
I
name.
I pay Gibby for these comments. Name.
Name.
Well, I don't know. This is not a light. This is not a matter to
No,
to,
no,
to tread
no, but we're
lightly,
just
right? I
right.
mean, we.
It's gotta be impactful, it's gotta represent us, we've got to associate with it and its meaning, right? Which I definitely think we do with warrior poets or poet warriors, right? Um you guys seem to like it. They're all saying that they love it. They love the abbreviations. They can make WPPW, you know, that kind of stuff. It rolls off the tongue, they're saying. Um I like it.
Well, okay. Well, then that's. And where's the stamp? We need a stamp for
We
our
do need
just
we
for
need
our
a
bit.
stamper.
Like
We
a
need to
stamp.
pay someone to come. We need Sergio. We need Sergio in a nun costume to stamp this shit.
Remember his line, Duralex said Lex, what it says, the law is the
Yeah,
law, or
yeah.
some shit like that in Latin.
Mhm.
He's all about the Latin bullshit. Oh, excuse me, folks, I didn't mean it like that, meaning Latin, the old language, not Latin as in Latin, America. I meant Latin, the language,
Right,
not
right,
in Latin.
right, right. Woo! A close call there.
Duralex said Lex, some shit like that. Remember?
Yeah, yeah.
If it is the law, break the law. I have to look it
And
up
then we
again.
have
You can
those
look it up. I
kids.
don't have.
The law is the law. You
What
guys
was
will
I
see.
thinking?
You
What were we?
guys will understand this soon. I know this doesn't mean anything to you guys, but he does.
So,
PK likes
Mr.
Latinas. You got PK excited. He likes Latinas.
My.
My my. My my.
My, as they say, PK, my. Hey, so do I, but hey, let's not brag about it.
Hey.
Hey, oh,
Whoa.
hey. So, Gabriel, what do you think? Before we get
I
here, we go again.
Yeah,
Before
yeah. I really, Baze was the one who came up with this idea, right? The warrior poets, the poet warriors. It instantly struck us, didn't it? It instantly struck us, and it struck me as well personally. Like I definitely associate with that for sure. I've been through a lot in my young years. You know, I know, I'm only youngin', but I'm wise beyond myself. Um, been through some shit. We've been through some shit, and I think it works very, very well. So I am confident enough, honestly, to say that we lock that in, and we can finalize later on, like, you know, get more particular with it. You know, what comes first, whether we have them running together, right? What comes first, you know? And I really like that devil's advocate stuff, and I think we can incorporate that below into some kind of theme, right? For sure. I definitely, you know,
mm, mm,
um for sure, for sure.
yes.
But I really like it. I really associate with it, and I think it perfectly
Okay.
describes what we're trying to do as well, which we're gonna get at a little bit later on. But it I think it does.
Great.
Um,
Wonderful. So
um,
here, cheers to that.
we finally have a name then.
Okay. We have a name.
Skull.
February. What is this? February 9th, 10th,
11th.
11th?
Oh wait, it's no, yeah, 11th. There you go. February 11th. Warrior poet warriors.
The 2024.
Clink.
All right, sir. So now, what's next? Please, you are a master of ceremonies. What would come next after this? Are folks
You're
still
giving
hanging
me a
on,
power trip.
making
Oh, they are. Oh, they are. They're hanging on.
skits with yeah? Are your gentlemen
Um,
going to? Yes.
yes, we
Are
are.
you?
We'll get into that in a little bit, PK. Right? We'll get into that in a little bit.
Yes.
There's a couple other things we want to talk about first, but we're gonna get into
Yes.
that. But short answer, yes, we will. Yes, we will. Right? Um. So mission statement is what I got on my little piece of paper up next. Mission statement. We've had some ideas with that, haven't we? We've talked a lot about you looking at Steven's comment.
So, someone someone said I'm taking a shower and drink.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. We love Steven. We love Steven.
I'm taking I'm taking it to okay. Yeah. So keep on
Um
going, sir. Yes.
yes. We've talked a lot about cultural significance on the sidelines, right?
Yes.
Um
Yep.
and what we mean by that is we will also get further and deeper into that later, but we love being impactful and exchanging cultural ideas and cultural arts and stuff like. We're gonna get into that a lot later. I don't want to spend too much on that right now. Um, we will explain this later on, but I do think that that should definitely come into play somewhat with this mission statement, right? What we want to get it, what we want to get at, the definition of what later on we'll talk about the approach and the beast, right? We always talk about the beast. I definitely think that that needs to take, for us personally and just in general, like that should play a part in it as well. Um, so what along those lines are you thinking? I know we've thrown out some brief statements back and forth, you know, as we do our private calls, um, and we're definitely getting
I
somewhere with it, I'd say. So what are we thinking?
I think it has to be. I think it has to be short. I think
Yes,
it has to
yes,
be sweet.
yes.
Mission statements can go for, I don't know. Usually, it could be like a minor paragraph. It depends. At its
No, it
most, it
needs
could
to
be
be
even
something
longer.
small and
I think.
memorable,
I
impactful,
think.
like
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, just our personality, and I think what we've been talking about. If you look back in history, the times that things culturally happen, it's as a result
Right.
of what's happening in the world. Like you look at the early 20th century, where there were so many artistic movements, and it was between two big world wars, cataclysmic wars. World War One did a lot to usher in a lot of these like Renaissance type of movement in the arts, in
Mhm.
film, and all that stuff that started taking place. If you go back hundreds of years ago, the Renaissance
Right.
was a mix of great thoughts and ideas and enlightened movement. And I think you and I in this level want to do a renaissance, and I think we can. It could be like a new renaissance,
Right.
and and that is maybe what it's about. I just a new renaissance. Period.
What about
I
that?
don't know what else to.
The new renaissance, bringing forth a
Yeah,
new
yeah,
bringing forth a new renaissance, something along right.
yeah, or yeah, or
Explosion of
just a new.
creation.
Yeah, or just a new renaissance period. That's what
Yeah.
we are. That's what we are
Yeah.
trying to do in terms of what we want to build this thing into. Um, where I think you and I are performance centric
Right.
in
Right.
some ways, but then we have other interests that are going to start taking place. It's not going to be so talky
Right.
as these initial.
This is
Right
just the
now, we're just
content
trying
out
to
of
fit.
building this. Yeah. This.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just basically talking it out right now, but it definitely will not be this. I don't want it to be. You
Yeah.
don't either, and I think
No.
these folks are being very patient, but it's not going to be
Yeah.
this.
We will
But
still
I
have
don't know. I
this
mean,
as well alongside, right? We're gonna keep some level of podcast where we just let our hair down and hang out with you guys and interact and just have a bit of fun. But yeah, this is not it. This is not what this is.
yeah. Beat said, I think generally both mission and vision statements benefit
Mm,
from being concise.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I
I
agree.
I think so too, and I think as vague, maybe as general, and also
Mm,
specific of like a new renaissance. I mean, I don't know other things I'm thinking about. Another thing that came to my mind, I remember a kid in one of my classes, a
mm,
middle schooler, because I teach middle school as well, said, "Oh, it's something about restoring the balance." And then I just kind of looked up and I'm like, "Oh shit,
mm.
that's pretty fucking cool."
I remember
Um,
you us. We talked about that, didn't we? Because we talked about the balance in schools and stuff. We said something very good along those lines.
yeah,
I also like
yeah.
that.
Um, and if you were to ask what kind of balance, well, it could be, I don't know, we I think there is an imbalance in,
Absolutely.
I
I'm
in
writing these
terms of
down.
where yeah, where's culture anymore? Where
Where
are
is
the arts? Where
culture?
is
Yeah.
literature? Where's civic responsibility?
Mhm. Mhm.
Where is the people's voice in anything anymore? I don't
Right.
know. It seems the world is governed by a lot. We without getting too, you know, political or minded, but yeah, the world is governed by a lot of corporate,
True.
you know, um, it just seems like a lot of things are now just the end line is money, and the human voice and our environment and other things are just not really paid much attention to. And we're hoping that, in our own way, if we can shake some shit up.
And we
And
will.
maybe that's what it is.
And we will.
Maybe that should be the mission, to shake it up, to
Shake it
shake
up.
shit up. I don't know. Maybe
Shake
that
shit
should,
up.
you know.
I'm writing all of these down.
So
What's up, Nutty?
I think figuring it out.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
We've
Uh,
got, I've written down here the new renaissance bringing balance, whereas culture shakes shit up, all of this kind of stuff. All of these are definitely themes that we should explore with this mission statement, with this vision. Absolutely. I'm on board. I kind of like in the back of my mind as well, like all of these to, I'm liking the uh kind of like the Big Bang image, like the from nothing, from like darkness, which I would argue we are in today, right? Like the darkness of art and culture. It's, honestly, like that stuff fades to black each year that we get on, right? So like this kind of imagery of a big bang, right? From this darkness comes the light type deal. You know what I mean? Like I definitely
I know. Yeah.
I like that
I love it.
imagery too. I think that's something that we could
Absolutely. And I
explore
think
with.
if you think about something like that and the power
Mm.
of an event like
Yeah.
that, that's a real life,
Mhm.
cosmic. That's just the power of something like that. Um, like,
Mhm.
who knows where this is going to go? Who knows what it's gonna evolve into?
Mhm.
But I mean, I would hope that these simple kind of beginnings really lead to something that is culturally a game changer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Something
We don't know
cataclysmic.
what way, but I think we can bring varied interests and topics into what we do. So yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As well, like when you look at the Big Bang as well, it's scientifically, right? It's a meeting of stuff, right? Like, there was two gaseous clouds with all these chemicals combined by some fluke thing, right? Which is where we can bring that cultural significance in, right? We want to exchange these ideals around the world and stuff, right? And like share the art. That also comes into play with that, right? Like the meeting of these differences that erupts into what could be a beautiful and artistic world. Um, I'm I'm
Yes,
I'm pretty I'm
absolutely.
pretty good. I'm pretty good. That was pretty good,
You
wasn't it?
are. Yes.
Damn.
It's very that's
Damn.
the poet part. That's a poet part of the warrior. That's
Poet
a poet
waxing.
part of the
Waxing
warrior.
poetry. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Yes, you
Yeah.
got you got very you got somewhere, you went somewhere else with that. You
Mm.
went on a different level with that one.
Mm.
Yes. I'm with you though.
Yeah. I
I'm with
really
you.
like that. I think that we could do something with that. For sure. Like a big bang.
Please.
when we're talking like website and shit, like with yours and stuff, we have the Golden Gate Bridge. We can have like this big bang explosion and stuff. Let's do something cool with that.
Please.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cosmic. Yes, sir.
Absolutely,
Yes, I love it.
absolutely. What do you
I
guys
like
think
that
about that?
thinking.
What do you guys think about that? What everything we're talking about here? Do you guys align yourself with that? You guys think that's powerful as
So,
we think it is?
well, Pablo is going to help his mom make super wings and fries. So, so
That's
we have
cosmic.
that going on,
That's cosmic,
right?
right?
We have that going on, and PK has a proclivity for Latinas. That's
True,
something that we know,
true. You have
right?
no idea. This man with his Latinas, my goodness, my
There's
goodness.
a lot of so here we are with wings, fries, and Latinas, and it's like a deadly
And
mix, folks.
feathers. Don't
It's
forget
a
about feathers.
it's a I like the Big Bang
You
idea.
like the Big
Someone
Bang
said the Big
idea?
Bang
Huh.
idea.
Huh. See, what do I need you around here for? We're gonna have to
Me or
renegotiate. We're gonna have to renegotiate this. We may be
that
itching back to 50-50 here.
No.
No.
What was it? What do we discuss? Wait, what did we discuss? We discussed 80-20, or was it 50-51-49? What was the
I feel like I
there was a
lose
gap.
percent every time. I'll settle for
Well, I
40.
tell you
I'll
what.
take 40. 60-40.
I will
Let's go.
I will how about 50-50 and I get some custard creams?
Who's paying for the custard creams? The Latinas.
XDM is the Lati- so we have custard cream, we have wings, we have fries, we have Latinas, and we have the Big Bang. All
Oh,
in this.
feathers. I need some
Yeah.
feathers.
Yes.
And a butler
Yes.
doing the carriage.
And the right.
Right.
We have the Amish. The Amish.
Amish? Yes.
The
Yes.
Amish. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There you go. PK
Dude,
will
you
pay for the
haven't
custard
lived
creams.
you haven't lived in this world until you've had a shoe fly pie. Has anyone had a fly
Shoe
pie? Does anyone know
fly
what I'm talking about?
pie.
Oh my god, the best pie ever. The Amish make this pie, dude.
Okay.
It's molasses. They put molasses in it. Oh my god, it is the most crumbs on the outside,
Mm.
crumb like that crumb cake shit.
Mm.
And it is,
You know
oh,
many
look it
Amish,
up.
do you?
Well, when I lived in Philly, that was a, oh god, I had a shoe fly pie.
Mm.
It is the most delicious thing I've.
Why is it a shoe?
It's
Is it
amazing.
served in a shoe?
That's a good question. I didn't get into the history of that, but no, it's like a pie,
Okay.
right? Like a
Okay.
circle. And it's
Those Amish,
crusty,
man.
like like a, what kind of crust? Like, like a crumb crust.
Like a
Then you cut
I
into
was
that
gonna say
bad
like a
boy.
crumble, but I don't know if you know what that is. I think that's an English thing.
I I do. And
Crumble. There you
then
go.
you get in there, and oh my gosh, folks, do yourself a favor and a
Do yourself
flavor.
a favor for the flavor.
Shoe fly pie. Okay, we're done. Let's
We're
keep
done.
that. Let's keep it going now.
End live. Done. There we go. All right. So moving swiftly on after this shoe talk. We're on to what's next. What is next for the warrior poets, the poet warriors, the Big Bang riding warrior poets?
What do you think? We were talking something performance centric. Since
Right.
we are performance makers, other people call it theater makers. I think we're performance makers because we want a larger, kind of more, I don't know, free flowing thing to start from. But
Mm.
I don't know, like an approach to what we believe is um, work that can make a difference toward our aims, toward our goals, toward, what
Absolutely.
maybe will help us with a revenue stream, something that you and I are well versed in and have worked together in some capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we have a place to start. So then we can, it's like one of the branches, maybe one of the main branches of this thing that we want to create. What do you think?
Right. Well, let's circle back to that. Let's talk more about like a bit more immediate what's next, right? So like we've got the name, right? We're gonna play around with that in the mission statement and everything, right? So ground fucking zero, right? Like the next step right now is we will be making our own channel here, right? This next week, so that when you guys watch us next week, it will be on its own channel, right? It won't be here on Sloth the Viking. We'll have our own channel.
Yes.
We're gonna make a
Yes.
YouTube, right? So these will be uploaded to YouTube as well weekly. Episode 1 and episode 2 are being downloaded, are being recorded, so they will also make their way up there. And then come episode 3, it will be on our own thing. You guys will find out about that. We'll send the links through here so you guys can have access to that, right? So then come next week, we're going to be setting up a proper community, right? So we're going to be setting up our own Discord community. We're going to start building a website, doing the social medias, all of that, right? So like now through episode 1 and 2, as you guys have like heard, we're finalizing things. This has been a few months in the making already, and we're kind of just bouncing ideas off of you guys and each other to finalize this, right? So yeah, come next week, we will be established in our own thing, which is more the immediate what's next, right? And then from there, it's going to be like continuing building, right? And so yeah, going now back to what we were talking about, right? So there's it's all about spreading this what we want, right? Like spreading this ideas, right? Publicizing and sharing our beliefs in what this is. So with that is going to come content, right? Like what was asked earlier, PK, right? We're gonna be to the YouTube. There's gonna be skits that we write, skits that we take from other, and we reinvent or whatever, right? Like bits from known plays. There'll definitely be that aspect of content there for you guys, so skits and everything. Like Baze is talking about here, a big thing and a big way to get what we want out there is going to be from these festivals that we're going to travel around and hopefully do as soon as the summer, with being the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. And there we will take a piece of theatre, which will probably be Momo and Toto, right? That we can use as a cataclysm, or a catalyst to go out there and share our ideals of what this can be, of what theatre should be, of what the arts should be, and teaching our own methods and our own techniques, which we want to find and identify and share through this enterprise, right?
Um, Beautifully said. Can I add on to that
Please,
something?
please.
So I think Lisa, can I have some more?
That was perfect. That was perfect. That was great.
I looked up into the light.
Doc, what's up, buddy?
Please, sir. Um, hey, hello. Um,
Do you see this from Steven?
so
This guy looks like he has the knowledge of all the old gods and new. I bet he knows my whole life story without even knowing me.
is he talking about me or you?
You. He's talking about you.
Steven, that's very nice of you. That basically what Steven is saying is I'm an old fuck.
He's saying
That's
you're a
what he's saying.
sexy fuck, I think.
Thank you, Steven. I will wire you. I'll Venmo you some money after this, my friend. I'll Venmo you some money. It won't be a lot, but it'll be something. Thank you.
Go for it.
I think, I'm interested. I think you and I and other people, what's interesting is, when you go see theater or film, what really is new anymore, developing something that's truly our own, that's unique, that is different, that with Momo and Toto, we did poetry, philosophy, low comedy, vaudeville,
Right.
projection, you name it. It was just a mix of, and we'll show a clip maybe, hopefully in a few
We will
minutes.
show a clip in a few minutes, yes.
And if we're developing something like that with new work, like if we do new work, which that is new work, or take something that you can take and really truly be
Right.
different with it, which it could be challenging.
Right. Which we've been long talking
But it could
about
be
Richard III, right? Why don't you talk a little bit about that, about changing up
right.
that kind of shit?
Right, or something like, for example, there's a play, a very famous absurdist play called Ubu, King Ubu by Alfred Yari, that is very, very much in the vein of like absurdist. It's like one of those founding plays that really is so, you talk about this crazy, obscene type of main character that's just funny, that's disturbing, that's hilarious. It's almost like a buffoon, yet at the very same time, there's a lot of insight and cultural. It's basically a version, Yari's version of Macbeth. I shouldn't say it, the Scottish play. Excuse me for saying. Now I'm cursed for all time.
Don't you
But
have to be in a
how did,
theater for that? Like you're good there, right? No, isn't
oh,
that
is
the
that
thing? I think that's the thing, right? Like you
Okay,
just can't
good.
see it in a theater.
Thank gosh, thank goodness. So yeah, I think to do things that are truly and talking about the approach to this and actually doing it and having really how should I say being very specific about, hey, this is what we're doing, this is how we're doing it, and do it, and see if does make waves and makes
Right.
something, people gravitate toward this type of work, which is unusual, which is different. I know other people are doing it, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it. I'm
Right.
just kind of interested in working with people like Gibby and those who are interested in doing something truly, truly unique and different. And Momon Toto is something that's dear to us and dear to me in that way, but that's not the be all and end all. And there's other things to
Right.
accomplish, and there's other
Right.
things to focus on.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
but maybe you could show them a clip eventually, G, about
Yes.
like that banana scene. If you have that banana scene, I don't know if you
I've
can
got it. I've got it.
access
I've
it,
got it
but
right up and ready. Yeah. Yeah. Um,
and it matches the color of your
it
outfit,
does.
right?
It does.
So
It does. Before we get into that though, there's a reason we want to show you guys this scene, right? And we believe because it's going to encaptivate what we want to preach, right? So, me and Bays before this podcast, we were talking about, you know, the style, the teaching method that we want to showcase, that we want to bring light to, that we want to publicize about, right? Which we always talk about how cool it would be if we could be one of these founding fathers of like a new teaching style, right? For those of you who aren't, in this space, in this field, right, there are all these different artistic leaders, so to speak, right? Like Brecht, Meisner, Stanislavski, and they all teach different techniques of acting, right? One's all about listening and responding. One's all about making all these choices so that you can, be in the space. Uh, Yada yada yada, right? Like Brecht likes to deal with placards and everything, and we would love it if warrior poets could be one of these founding fathers. Like, how cool would that be, right? And we're talking about the technique, right? Which me and Bays, we, obviously me being a student of Bays as well, uh, we have a very similar approach to how we tackle things, and we were talking about that. It's for us, it's all about impulses, and it's all about getting in tune with one's body and listening to one's body to act off of its impulses, right? Um, and I was saying to Bays before this podcast, like for me, when I'm acting and I'm in a position, and Bays, you can go on about this as well. Um, my personal thing is, right, like when I go on stage, I firmly believe that whether you're put into a position that is fake or you're put into a position that is real, your body wants to behave a certain way, right? Your mind is tricked, your body has all these impulses. Say there's like a death scene that's, realistic, like on stage, you're put in there, right? Your body wants to act a certain way, right? Like the mind gets tricked. And for me, it's about listening to your body's instincts and bringing them to the surface, right? Because obviously they'll be a little bit suppressed because it's not real, but it's about getting in tune with one's body to the point where you can emphasize these impulses and bring them to life so that you can be truly present. And that's something that Biz, you should talk on, because I know you like, you explain being present like very, very well to like someone who may not be in this world. Um, but yeah, being present and being truly genuine in the part, in the acting, and that's definitely something that we want to bring to light, something that we want to teach, right? Something that we want to help people learn to utilize these impulses as an actor, as a performer, to convey this, being genuine, like that's what it's all about at the end of the day. But yeah, why don't you talk about, what kind
um,
of techniques you want,
I,
yeah.
I would love to, but someone on the chat mentioned a McRib, and it's hard to focus after someone actually mentioned the McRib. How the heck do we should we talk about any of this if I have the image of a freaking McRib in my mind right now?
Oh, so I've never
Like
had
where
one.
can I Well, it basically tastes like chicken. Everything on McDonald's tastes like a chicken McNugget. Their hamburgers, their French
Mhm.
fries, their shakes, all taste like a
Mhm.
chicken McNugget. Um, without look, I guess what it comes down to is you guys all watch movies, you all watch TV
Mhm.
shows, you all watch, and a lot of what we see, the type of acting is known as naturalistic. It's kind of the same, it's almost formulaic, and it comes from this teacher. It started 100 years ago from Russia that came to America, and the American teachers started teaching it, and it's the accepted model of what you see all most times is the Stanislavski
Mhm.
method. And there's others. There's from Stanislavski. And I think for me, and I can't speak for Gibby, but I think Gibby it was trying to stress something like that. I think that could be a very limiting way. It's
Yeah.
lacking theatricality.
Yeah.
It's lacking punch, a creative punch. I think it's lacking unpredictability, and I'm talking in the safe and also interesting way. I'm not talking chaos. So that's it. Without really getting into it, I think we're really that's, and I think we can show you a clip of
Yes.
a scripted material that totally was of the moment, was not planned, was not staged, which many things are. Like you move here, you do this, you did
Mhm.
this. What you're about to see, this clip was none of that. There's a script. We've worked on it dozens of times through rehearsal, through performance, and in this moment, you had two actors really just kind of
Behaving,
playing,
being present.
playing,
Yeah.
playing.
Mhm.
And but in most things that you see, I understand in film, you have to move here, hit your mark. I
Mhm.
get that.
Yeah.
But in theater, even so, there's so much about, oh my God, you did this and you weren't supposed to do this or you're supposed to move here. And people lose their minds. And I understand that. I get it. But I think that could be very, very limiting and that
Mhm.
bores the fuck out of me. It just bores me. That kind of work is so
Likewise.
predictable and dead.
Mhm.
So why don't you show the clip? Maybe
Yeah.
we can
Yeah.
show them.
Yeah. I've
You
got the
wanna you
clip
wanna
here.
set it up a little bit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you guys have heard us talk about this Momo and Toto, right? And so this was written by Bays himself. It's a brilliant piece of work. It's this, you guys heard us talking about this last week. It's a truly, ingenious, revolutionary form of absurdism, right? And yeah, just to touch on what Bays was saying there, right? Like, yeah, we had a script, right? It was blocked, but just because of the general nature of the play and the freedom that we had doing a play like this. You guys heard us talk about that last week, so I won't get too far into it. Every single performance was different, wasn't it? Not one of them was the same thing, and none of them were as written in the script, right? We had lines, we followed the lines. There was so much freedom in this play and so many unexpected turns and twists because it was just us, a couple of friends, right? Like just trying new things and trying to just have fun. And it brought to light so many choices, so many directions, so many turns, right? Which ultimately, it's a rabbit hole that you go down, right? Like one person does something new and the whole thing, right? Like so the play is basically just me and Baze on stage, right? It works with two characters, Momo and Toto. I was Momo, he was Toto, um, and just having fun with one another and seeing how far we can push one another in this place. It was in the round theater in the round, which means it was a very intimate, close performance, right? So we had um three sides of the audience right here. We had a little square theater stage which we were on and off stage performing, and so we were interacting with the audience, which led to these impulses which we're trying to get at, right? Something's going to happen in this clip, I won't spoil it for you guys, which leads us to have to be in tune with oneself and see where this unforeseen event takes these characters, right? um so we're gonna go show you this clip right now. Pablo's saying McSloth McBlaze. There you go. The McGibby. There we go. We love it. We love it. Alrighty. Let's go ahead. We're gonna get this clip up. Let me see if I can. Okay. Look at him. Look at him. He's beautiful. He's beautiful. You're not gonna be able to see our faces because technical difficulties, right? We're working on it. But you can see we did the whole thing. Baze as a fanny pack, mustache, wig. I'm gonna let the clip speak for itself.
Fair enough. That's one fat fella. Excuse me. Are they hearing it? I can't. Oh, because I have to mute that. I was spanked constantly with a paddle by a nun. That's why
And
it's
you
hard for me to sit.
fucking loved it.
Look at your reaction.
What next? We carry forward. We must. It is the only way.
Right. So there you guys go. There's your first little clip of Momo and Toto. You're gonna see the rest of it at some point, but there you go. There's one clip. But that's exactly what we're talking about, right? So there's unforeseen stuff.
Wait, totally not scripted. Totally new, not scripted, nothing.
Right.
It's all of the moment.
Yeah,
and
because you know things happen every night, right? So like that never happened any other night, right? Like we had the banana bit. That was something that happened, which we didn't necessarily block. We just we know, hey, we're gonna eat some bananas right now and take a break in the middle of the scene, right? But no other night did the audience get involved to that point where they would throw the banana peels back, right? They would throw them back, then there's that interplay, and then obviously one of them hits this fine man's groin, which leads us down a little rabbit hole, right? It's all about going with the impulses that your body has in that moment. That's what it really is, to be in the moment, right? No one could have predicted that stuff was gonna happen. We had to run with it, we had to play with it, and honestly, it made that so much more fun for us, so much more free and creative, at the sacrifice of Baze's future children.
Yes.
Yes.
No children. After that kill shot, as Pablo said, not or whatever that is, the Ford. What does that mean? Dick shot, prick shot.
Cock shot.
Gosh.
And then Doc asks if that actually hurt.
No comment. Yes, a little. I had to work with it. Actually, hey, look, as gamers, if you're gamers, imagine a game which your parameters of this game allow you a certain type of freedom within that game. I don't know how it works. I'm not a gamer. But if you had a certain game that allows you freedoms which you don't in other games, and you notice it's way more creative, you have way more creative control and choices within this world, right? That this special gaming world that you have, and it's kind of similar to that.
Right.
It's really different. It's very different. And if we, it's like you as a performer are entertained. I know a lot of times when I was performing regular plays and other performers, they really weren't entertained. I mean, in some ways, you need to kind of be entertained by what you're doing and what others are doing on stage, not just for the audience's sake. And I like, like, why do you game? You game to be entertained, to be involved in something. It's really fun. It's impulsive. But if you were to stretch out the boundaries of that more and more, what would that be like? What would that, and that's what we're trying to capture with this one part of it in this performance making world that we're starting off with, and then with other things too. And those other things are yet to be determined.
Yeah.
But we don't want to overkill it. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, and I mean, you hit the nail on the head there, like it's just, something like what you guys just saw. That's what total freedom and being totally in the moment looks like. And it's funny. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys were laughing along with us. I find it funny anyway. And it's so creative, and that's that kind of technique, right? This impulsiveness, this in the spur of the moment impulsiveness, this freedom is what we want to capture and what we want to preach with this enterprise of ours, right? Like that may from someone that isn't a performer, that may seem like something that's just very conceptually easy to comprehend, to understand and stuff. But you guys would be surprised, like many that's actually kind of hard to do, right? There's so many performers, countless performers, and we've all been there at some point where something goes wrong. And there's this total then like separation from the part. There's this breakdown, right? I mean, like, I'm sure you've experienced this, Biz, like with people that you've worked with and stuff, right? It happened all the time at Benjamin, right? Like at the high school I was out with the plays, right? People don't know what to do when the unexpected comes, right? And that is a theme that we explored with Momo and Toto, right? The fear of the unexpected. And like, like that's Momo's whole thing, is that like that's pushing him through the whole play, is that he's terrified of the unknown, right? And yeah, so you see it countless times. Someone forgets their lines, someone skipped 12 lines, and then they just stand there. They're done. They stop, right? And then like, the whole thing falls apart. You know, we want to preach this, we want to teach this technique, we want to exchange this technique with the world, with through this enterprise, through these skits, through traveling to festivals, because this really is something that every performer should have in their toolbox, being in tune with one's impulses. And we'll leave it on today with, like, Baze used to teach us a very, very important thing. And I know I say it all the time to Baze, right? Because this is the one thing that arguably I've had many acting teachers, right? I've had many performing teachers over my years. And Baze, but hands down, has left the biggest impact on me from any of them, right? And the one thing that has stayed with me, right? I graduated from Bays. Bays hasn't been my teacher for what, 7 years now, which is crazy, isn't it? Isn't that crazy? Seven
Yeah,
years,
it's crazy.
and
That's
he was
crazy.
only my teacher for 2 years. 2 years, that was it, right? You know, I've had teachers for, you know, since I was like 5 years old, 6 years old, and like Bay's most impactful. Only had him for 2 years. Um, he used to preach to us at school that he used to compare the body as an actor to a musician's instrument, right? And he used to preach to us that, you know, an instrument, a guitar, goes out of tune. You need to tune it along the way. You need to practice with that instrument. You need to tune it before a performance so that when you come onto stage to perform your guitar solo, whatever, to sing your song, you're in tune, right? You were performing as expected. And funnily enough, although again that sounds basic, no one else has ever told me that comparison. No one else focuses quite like Bays did at school with the work off stage, right? And that's important, and that's where this stuff comes in, right? Because if you're tuning yourself off stage, if you're tuned and you're prepped and you're prepared, your body is in sync with what it needs to be doing, then when you're on stage performing this, that's when you can bring all this life and all this nuance and this freshness to it and this freedom. And that doesn't come without you taking the time outside off the stage, right, to tune your instrument. And that's all this man right here. And it's you know, without that you don't get this. You get this from that, right?
That's very, very kind. You're a wonderful human being. You're a wonderful, talented actor. I wouldn't do this with anyone else. You know this. You're a former student, but you're not a student anymore. You're my partner in crime here,
Right.
and creativity, and
Been through hell and back.
um, we've been out through hell and back. And look,
Uh-huh.
I think this is something that I look forward to exploring.
Absolutely.
And, this is in the future, that stuff that you talk about, the before the performance is that. It's this that
Yeah.
is the crucial. So when you get to that
Yeah. Yeah.
and those tiny moments in that, that hopefully the audience, and also
Mhm.
the people,
Yes.
the artists, um, you talk about harmony, you talk about, so that clip that you showed, I really felt in that moment there was harmony between you and I,
Right.
between you, I, and the audience, and what was happening, because we were just in. We were not out, we were
Yeah.
in. And to be fully in requires a level of letting go, and also not letting go.
Yeah.
That is that I that I this is something that I've done dozens of shows, and they were deadly boring. They were deadly predictable. I really, at the end of the day, if I could have said, I wish I could not have been in them. That why do something in anything in life, gaming, this, that, book, that, career choice, whatever. I know it's easier said than done, but why, when we can do something and do it differently,
Mhm.
truly differently?
Yeah.
And so that's what we're going to do, and with this thing, and see where it goes here, it goes there, this happens, that happens. But this is, we we are at a place right now, we're ready to go, and let's see where this thing goes. And I can't wait. I'm excited, so let's do it. And
Amazeballs.
thanks for everybody being involved, and thank you very much for joining. We appreciate you. We hope you
Absolutely.
come along
Absolutely.
for the ride. We appreciate your time. Thank you, and thank you for the nice comments, nice, great sense of humor that you bring to it. We appreciate it. So yeah.
You guys will get a brag one day that you were here at the beginning. Which is gonna be a very rare thing.
Let's do it, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's do this thing.
Alrighty, guys. We'll call it there then. And next week we'll be launching from our own account, and it'll be all official, all nice and business-like, all proper. It'll be good. It'll be good. That was me in my prime. That was me when I was 18. I think I just turned 18, or I was turning 18 then in Momototo. Beat says he's
sir.
all for freedom and he loves bragging rights. Beautiful. And XD said he loved this podcast for real. Let's go. I'm glad.
Oh, that's
I'm
nice.
glad.
Thank you. Thank you.
Alrighty, guys.
you
Then
so much.
we'll leave you with that to mull over everything that we've said over the past hour, and we'll be right back in your faces next week, same time, right?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, guys. Have a beautiful night. Enjoy your Super Bowl. And I believe we've got a head nod to do, right? Or are we just the?
Tasty.